Alright, for the buoyancy, we just added an extra button here so that you can actually use it for one extra thing. Let's go ahead. It's going to be expose the option for spring value. So if we were to take, we'll just do this, and I'm just going to create a little floor right here. We'll go ahead and place in some water just to give the effect of it, but also if the player was to get into the water, then he would actually be in a water float state. I'm just going to stretch this across here, and we'll go for here, and then offset it over. There we go. And you can actually, if we were to scale, let's say we wanted to scale this up to like that. The spring option for the buoyancy, we're going to make that one so that we'll place in one more block and we'll actually just kind of connect them up together here. So this one's going to be the buoyant object, but we're going to group it to a regular object, and then we're going to go to our physics. So remember, like currently it's inside of physics. Eventually there's a lot of properties in buoyancy that aren't actually shown right now, and eventually we'll set it up so that you just have a buoyancy icon with all of his properties. But for right now, if we say yes to this, if this is on or off, it doesn't matter. It'll add, it'll enable it for us. The buoyancy spring height, this is going to be how high above the starting point is it going to go if you were to jump on and then jump back off. And it's basically just a little spring that'll sink down and then bounce back up. So what we could do is we could say that when you're on this one, we're going to push down, and then we're going to say that it's going to spring up. I think the height is going to be set for, we'll double check, I think it'll be like, if we do 20, it'll go up 2 tiles right here, and then start to go back down. Alright, and then let's make sure that we have a one other option, just so that we don't get messed up on the springing. We're going to do our parent option for it, so we're going to enable this. Remember, this is just simply going to make sure player stays locked to the tiles right here, so that he stays in the right state and doesn't just mess up when he connects to it. Alright, and then the next part, and one other part here. Let's make sure that on the rotation, let's go ahead and lock the rotate for the physics. We just want to make sure that the player stays straight as he goes down and goes back up with it. Alright, and we'll go ahead and allow for a left and right, up and down on the movement on the constraints. Okay, that should be enough to do this part. Let's double check and see how it goes. Alright, so now it's kind of bouncing in the water there. Now if I run and jump, I'm going to push it down, but when I let off of it, it's going to bounce up a little higher there. So it looks like it's bouncing up, but not, it looks like it's only going up a little bit, so we could kind of increase that one a little bit more there. Alright, so let's try a little bit higher of a number. The idea is that you could actually use it to spring yourself up to a higher spot. So if I was to actually say on the physics, so that took us to about right there. So let's go ahead and we'll make this a little bit higher of a number. We may bounce up quite a ways here. It's also going to be based on the mass and the drag of the object as well. But here we go. So now when I take it down, and it takes me up to there. So kind of a nice little thing is that you could use this almost as a springboard or a elevator type that could go into your water. You can have parts down here to splash when it triggers this box, and play particle effects and things as well.